When was the last time you made something just because it made you happy? We spend so much time rushing from one thing to the next that we can often forget how calming it can be to simply sit down and create. Today I'm turning these little air dry clay pieces into magnets and charms, but this video isn't really about magnets. It's about slowing down, enjoying the process, and remembering why we love making things in the first place. Sometimes the smallest projects bring the biggest joy. Here I have a small block of air dry clay. I roll the clay to about 8 to 10 millimeters in thickness. You can use anything cylindrical around your home to roll this with. When it's fresh out of the packet, it should be lovely and soft, and so no need to add any water. I often then use some cookie cutters and a knife just to cut some different shapes that I can then turn into different pieces. This kind of project reminds me why I fell in love with crafting in the first place. Not because I needed another magnet, not because I wanted to finish quickly, but because creating gives my mind somewhere peaceful to be. And if you have no tools, I often say our hands are our best tools. For design ideas, I also keep a sketch pad and jot down some ideas as I go, and so that's what you see here. I transfer the design onto a piece of card, cut this out and roll the shape over the clay, then it's easy to cut out. Here I have a wooden coffee stirrer that I just cut off to a point, so as you can see you don't need anything complicated and you can use items from around your home. And there's no pressure to be perfect at all. I enjoy the process of smoothing and blending and make sure the clay is lovely and soft and rounded before I let this air dry clay to fully dry in the air. And that's the beauty of air dry clay, no baking required, we just let it air dry. These are flowers, birds, hearts, little characters, anything I fancy at the time. Indent the pieces like I showed you here, or you can add 3D effects like I do here. Just make sure you score and slip air dry clay together so it doesn't fall off. I have lots more in-depth tutorials of air dry clay here on my channel, so please take a look. If we want to be able to hang the pieces, then you can add a little hook at this stage, and the simplest way is to take a paper clip, give it a little bend, push it in and then seal that gap, and then it will dry tight in there. But very often I cut out some air dry clay shapes, let them dry and then decide what I want them to be at a later date. And that's what a lot of these pieces are. I've had them sitting on the shelf for a while until I'm ready for the next stage into paint. When the clay is wet, I do love to smooth everything out and neaten up all those edges. But if you do want to let them dry and then sand them, you can of course use some sandpaper on them. Just make sure you wear a mask as you don't want to breathe in any of those dust particles, and make sure you work in a well-ventilated space or outside. But I do most often leave this step out as I like to smooth them the most before they dry. All of this depends on what parts of the processes you actually enjoy, and focus on those to give yourself the much needed art therapy. Any clay dust should be cleared up with a damp cloth. I definitely have a lot of fun making all different kinds of shapes. Smooth and fully dry, they're ready to paint. I most of all use acrylic paints to paint my air dry clay. I like to give them a base coat first, whether that be white or a different colour. If it's your preference to use gesso, then do this first. A nice soft brush is your friend here, so we're not left with big brush marks. A really nice reminder of how therapeutic this process can be. There's no pressure, no perfect finish, just colours, textures, and enjoying the journey. Crafting because it feels good, and I really believe it makes people feel calmer and more focused. And the tactile feel of the clay gives good sensory feedback that many people simply enjoy. When it comes to decorating my air dry clay, I find it really easy to use these acrylic markers. I have a box of them and they come in so many different colours that I find them so easy and useful to use. I'll put the link for these in the description below if you're interested. I also love to craft and create when I'm out and about, and when I get to the stage of that I'd like to paint them, it's really easy to throw a few of these paint markers in my bag and just create wherever I go. And I love to have a project just with me wherever I go, allowing myself to have those moments of calm that this definitely brings to me. Thinking about adding those tiny details, the next brushstroke just takes me to another place. And honestly, don't think you have to be an amazing artist to enjoy the process. Honestly, I want you to just enjoy the process. Don't worry about that finished result. Simple lines, dots, blocks of colour, whatever you wish. Just absorb yourself in the process. Or is there something else that you also do to wind down? Let me know in the comments. If you do love how they turn out, then these make wonderful gifts too. We're going to seal them and turn them into finished pieces in a little bit, all part of the fun process. I love adding all the details and lots of little dots to my pieces. And yes, when I make a mistake or I don't like quite how something's turned out, I just go over it with the paint markers and try again. And again, having that sketchbook there is really good for those days where you don't feel like being creative, but you want to do something creative and the design is right there to copy. Some of the pieces have already got the little loops in, but most of the time if I just have the plain pieces and I do want to add a little loop, I can take something like a little bradawl, the end of a screw, and screw in one of these eye screws. I'd add a little bit of glue first, just to make sure it absolutely sticks in there. Or we can add some magnets on the back with some super glue. Or we can actually put a little hole through to add a little loop if we wish. Once I've then decided what each piece might be, I will varnish them. Air dry clay absolutely has to be sealed or varnished, otherwise the moisture will get back in and it would go all mushy. And we don't want that at the end of the project. I'll put a link below to the water-based varnish that I love absolutely the most. This really nice and glossy one. Or if you do have UV resin or want to use that, then that makes air dry clay really super strong, but it's absolutely not necessary. So most of all, I use my water-based varnish. I love how these have turned out, but most of all, I enjoyed the process. We often think creativity has to produce something amazing. Sometimes it's enough just to enjoy the making. Thank you for watching and come and see some more of my creative videos.